capillaries. Okay, so again here there is the capillaries formation, and now these capillaries ultimately it will form the veins. These capillaries which are formed in the substance of the anterior lobe in between the secretory cells of the anterior lobe. What is this? These are the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. There are the cells here, eosinophilic cells, the basophilic cells, the cells, chromophilic or the chromophilic cells. Whatever cells are there, these sinusoids will break here and they will regulate the secretion of these cells, the endocrine cells of the anterior lobe. Isn't it? So, suppose it is forming what? I have said via this pituitary portal system, whatever substance or hormones which are released by the hypothalamus, it is received here in the capillary. This is the capillary bed and the blood flow, and there is the capillary bed, and via the long and the short portal vessels, again it is going to the anterior lobe. So these neurosecretory cells are secreting two types of hormone. One, it is known as releasing hormones. Okay, another is inhibitory hormones also. Inhibitory hormones. It is not only that it is stimulating the secretion, it has the command also to inhibit the secretion from the cells of the anterior lobe, so that the positive by the which mechanism? Positive and the negative feedback mechanism. Isn't it? Suppose it is secreting the gonadotrophin releasing hormones. What I have said, suppose the neurosecretory cells of the hypothalamus, if it is secreting gonadotrophin releasing hormones, that means the action will be here on the which hormone of the anterior pituitary, that is the FSH and the LH, luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone, because both of them acts on the gonads. Okay, suppose growth hormone releasing hormone, it will stimulate the what? It will stimulate the formation of the growth hormone. But if it is releasing growth hormone inhibiting hormone, what it will do? It will inhibit or decrease the secretion of the growth hormone. Isn't it? So it is like that. There are the trophic hormones or the releasing hormones as well as the inhibitory hormones which regulates the secretion of the cells or the hormones which are secreted by the lobes of the anterior pituitary. Now you tell me, what are the hormones which are secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland? It is adenohypophysis anterior lobe, and adenohypophysis is how much percent? It is contributing 80% to the pituitary gland, and neurohypophysis it is contributing 20%. Okay? Tell me, what are the hormones? You must have read in the physiology. What is that? Growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, adrenocorticotrophin releasing hormone, then prolactin hormone. What else? This pars intermedia. What is the hormone which is secreted by this part of the anterior lobe? Pars intermedia, which is often asked in the Viva multiple choice question, that is the melanocyte stimulating hormone. Okay, from the pars intermedia, only one hormone, that is the melanocyte stimulating hormone. It is also under inhibitory control of the neurosecretory cells of the hypothalamus. Okay, so in the releasing factor or the inhibitory factors. Okay, we know that this is known as the master gland of our body. It is the master gland, yes, no doubt, but actually the master is sitting over here. It is controlling all the actions of this anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Okay, so what you will say, the master is this hypothalamus or this anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. It is, I will say that this is the master, which is regulating all the secretory controls of the hormonal controls of the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Okay, now this was the pituitary portal system, hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system of the pituitary gland. There are two nomenclature, please don't get confused. One is, I have said earlier, both the lobes, anterior as well as the posterior lobe, it is connected with the hypothalamus by two pathways. One, and for the anterior lobe, it is the hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. There is the vascularity channel, vessels are there, superior hypophyseal artery, the blood flow through this, they breaks in the capillaries, okay, receives the controlling hormones from the neurosecretory cells, co-secretion towards the anterior lobe by the long and the short portal, hypophyseal portal vein, it is known as hypophyseal portal veins are there, and again they break up into capillaries. So how many capillaries are there in the portal system? There are two sets of capillaries. Okay, why? Because there are two points where the secretion is present. One site of secretion, you are saying where the first regulating hormones are formed? In the hypothalamus. Here are the secretions. So one set of the capillaries should be present here, so that whatever secretion they will push in the capillaries, and through these portal vessels they are moving towards the another set of capillaries. Why another set of capillaries is needed here? Because again, under the influence of those secretory or the regulating hormones which has come for the secretion, regulating the secretion of the anterior lobe, again these neurosecretory cells of the anterior lobe, whatever hormones is secreted, again they will move in the blood flow, and all the hormones which are formed by the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland or the hypophysis, again there is the venous channel. Through these veins, these lateral hypophyseal veins, hypophyseal. Why I am using this term hypophyseal? Because the pituitary gland, the synonyms is hypophysis cerebri. Hypophysis cerebri. Okay, so don't get confused. What is this hypophysis cerebri? Okay, so through this venous channel, the hormones of the whatever hormones that I have discussed here, it will be moved in the venous blood of this, and through these veins again drains where? In the, what are the relations of the cavernous sinus? Anyone? That's why I brought this base of the skull here. Here I have said the pituitary gland is situated. Look here, the pituitary gland, it is situated over in the sella turcica or the hypophyseal fossa, which is present on the body of the sphenoid. So, what is the relations of this pituitary gland? Below, what is there? The body of the sphenoid, and what are in the body of the sphenoid? What you will get? The sphenoidal ear sinuses. Yes or no? Sphenoidal ear sinuses are there. Above, I have said below, what is the above relation of this pituitary gland? When we had discussed the cavernous sinus, just remind it. So here was the diaphragma celli, isn't it? Here is the diaphragma celli, and in the diaphragma celli there was an aperture for the passage of this infundibular stalk that connects to the floor of the third ventricle. Okay. Now And also anteriorly above there is the optic chiasma, because here you see there is the optic canal, optic foramen through which the optic nerve passes and forms what? Optic chiasma here. So above anterior relation, antero and above, it is the optic chiasma. Laterally it is the very important structure either side, cavernous sinus with its content. What I have said? Cavernous sinus with its content. Now posterior relation, what is there? There is the dorsum celli, a quadrilateral piece of bone on the posterior aspect of this body of the sphenoid, which is known as the dorsum celli, along with the, what are the other structures posterior to that? That is the pons here along with the basilar artery. So these were the important relations of the pituitary gland, because these relations will be helpful in the applied aspect of this pituitary gland. The present symptoms when the tumor will develop is this pituitary gland. So what are the structures which will be compressed? So that's why very important relations pituitary gland. So through this the vein will drain into the cavernous sinus. Laterally there were the cavernous sinus, a pair of cavernous sinus. Okay. Look here. We have discussed all these things already in the cavernous sinus in detail. This is the pituitary gland. Okay. Here it is the sphenoid bone. Here it is the sphenoidal air sinus. And here it is the cavernous sinus. And what is this? This is the diaphragma celli. And here it is the cavernous sinus along with its content. Okay. Here it is the internal carotid artery, abducens nerve, third nerve, the fourth nerve, the fifth, first and the second. Here it is the third, here it is the fourth, fifth, first and the second. So this was the relations, lateral relations of this pituitary gland. Okay. So, and anterior and the posterior diaphragma celli, there is the intercavernous sinus. What I have said? Intercavernous sinus. That is in pair, anterior and the posterior intercavernous sinus. So these veins, these hypophyseal veins will drain into the nearby venous drainage channel, that is the cavernous sinus, or into the anterior intercavernous sinus or the posterior intercavernous sinus. So this was the pituitary portal system.